Welcome to part 2 of how to blend like a pro. Today we are talking about my favourite tips for blending your eyeshadow, which is probably one of my most requested things, so let's get started. I always start with concealer. Concealer is my primer of choice. It cancels out any redness or veins on the eyes and helps your eyeshadow colours last longer and also look more vibrant. I always set that with a nice bright matte shade, and this is usually around the similar colour to my skin tone or a little bit lighter. This is our base and is going to help our shadows blend well on top. You want to make sure you always powder a primer or concealer on your lid. Then I grab a big fluffy brush and go in with my transition shade, and this is a couple shades darker than my skin tone and is going to be our transition from our dark colours up to the brow bone highlight. So if you like that gradient, really soft, blown out, smoky effect, I highly recommend you give a transition shade a go. And if you struggle with blending, I feel like a transition shade is the best tip to get that soft edge. If you find you get a blunt edge and you just can't blend it, a transition really helps in my experience. I always use one. You just want to be really light-handed with that as well and just really build it up. I also always take all my shadows underneath. I personally think this balances the eye look and gives a much more overall smoky effect rather than just keeping it on the top lash line and lid. I also take mine quite far down with a fluffy pencil brush, and this diminishes the appearance of eye bags and dark circles. I highly recommend you give it a go. It really works. It's like an optical illusion. Now for my crease and outer corner shades, I like to grab a more tapered blending brush and a slightly darker shade, and this is a MAC 217. It's my favourite brush for the crease. As you can see, you can kind of target this more, so you want to really nestle it into the outer corner and the crease and just really build up slowly. Use really soft, light-handed fluffing motions. You don't want to be packing on the colour too much in one area. You want it to be really soft and blended, and this is going to really help give that blown out smoky effect. Just like with our foundation, build up slowly. You can always add more and just be patient and keep going back and forth with it. And with each step, always make sure you go back and blend again with your transition shade. This is what makes that soft edge look really nice and polished looking. And you'll see here I'm just building up the colour on that outer corner. I feel like intensifying the outer corner is the best way to get that smouldering eye look, and it opens your eye up more, it lifts the eyes up, and it suits most eye shapes. So I always concentrate the darkest shades on the outer corner and blend inwards. You can also blend the lower lash line. If, like me, you have gone a bit smoky and dark underneath there, that really helps soften that edge too. For a really soft liner look, you can use a really dark shade on an angled brush and just messily push that into your lash line and smudge with the same pencil brush. This is great if you don't want to do a wing and you struggle getting them even, but it adds that definition and piercing look to the eye. You can see what a difference it makes in that before and after. To finish, I like to highlight the inner corner. This is going to brighten and lift the eye, and you want your highlight shade to be a few shades lighter than your skin tone, and I personally like my highlight shade to be quite shimmery, so I've chosen this nice metallic one from Makeup Geek. It's really pretty. And again, just finish off with your fluffy brush and transition shade. Just double check all your edges, every little bit of the eye look, and just make sure everything is smooth and blended before finishing with curling your lashes and applying loads of mascara. And that is a really simple eye look and how I like to blend my eyeshadow. I always very kindly get compliments on it, so I hope you picked up some good tips in this video. If you've stumbled across this and you're new, please subscribe for more makeup videos and other lifestyle stuff 3 times a week. I will see you hopefully in my next one.